Shout out to everybody joining. Big up, it's your boy MarkN MUFC fan, and you know what it is, starting it a little bit different today, you know. But let's get the show on the road, guys. Of course, you know what time it is. And it's Liverpool losing 1-0 to Galatasaray. And of course, we're hoping that the form continues and they get battered in the Champions League. And my camera's not not loading up, guys. It's giving a little bit of trouble, but I'll be on screen very shortly. Hope you guys are well and enjoying the game. Of course, the road to 2K is here, guys. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to smash a like and subscribe, especially if you're new. You know what I mean. At the same time, guys, the Man United Academy under 21s are losing to Accrington Stanley. Of course, Trinidadian striker Yusuf Obuku is starting ahead, and they're 2-0 up against the United faithful guys. It's not the best day for the young lads, but support if you can. If you can watch the game, support definitely. Of course, yeah, Victor Osimhen with the penalty. Galatasaray lead. Liverpool are chasing the game. And in other news, Greenwood has scored. He's on his way. He's looking for a second goal right now. And of course, Marseille's leading Ajax 3-0 in the Champions League currently as we speak. Pacquiao had a brace. And of course, the downfall of the Scousers, guys. Nothing's better than that. Nothing's better than that. Of course, you know what I mean. And it's going to halftime, and Galatasaray seem to have Liverpool penned back with their 1-0 lead. Of course, the Liverpool faithful would probably thinking some miracle is going to happen in the second half, but I could only see from what I have seen in the first half that Galatasaray will further impose themselves, and probably they will get another two, maybe even a fourth goal. The physicality of Galatasaray is taking the game totally away from Liverpool, completely away from Liverpool. Love to see it, guys. Love to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's the best part of waking up. Folgers in my cup. Liverpool's losing. The best part of waking. You know what I mean? Maybe it should be like the best part of the day is the Scousers losing away. The best part of the day is the Scousers losing away. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Doesn't really sound Caribbean, but hey, it works. You know what I'm saying, guys? What are your thoughts on the game thus far as it approaches into halftime, guys? Let me know in the comments. Of course, Liverpool. I thought the quad was on this year again, seeing that they spent near £400 million. What are your thoughts, guys, in the comments? Let me know what you're thinking, because Liverpool cannot be allowed to spend £400 million and not win any trophies this season. They certainly can't, you know, get battered. And it's looking like it's going to be 2-0 here. It's looking like it could be 2-0, but it goes wide. Not at all handsome. Galatasaray certainly causing loads of problems unexpectedly for Liverpool. I mean, some of the neutral. Oh, penalty! Penalty! Penalty to Galatasaray! And it's a penalty. And Ryan Gravenberch just conceded a penalty. And it looks like Liverpool is going to be 2 goals down. Oh my goodness. No VAR to help Liverpool in the Prem. No PGMOL to give them a pass. Yeah. No PGMOL to tell the referee. Just tell him to get up. Go on with it. It's Liverpool. Let them win. They're gonna get smashed. Shockingly, it's not a pen. They're saying it's a free kick on the edge of the line. It should have been a pen. He clearly looked to be fouled inside of the box. How is this not a penalty? I'm trying to figure out. This is weird. This is certainly weird, guys. I'm thinking this should be a penalty. Handball. Handball. Handball is a clear handball. The man catch the ball in the hand, all kind of thing. And it's halftime. Nope. What? They're certainly saving Liverpool here. Certainly saving Liverpool. That should have been a penalty. I cannot believe that's not a penalty. How do the Scousers escape? This is certainly the luck of the green. The luck of the green on their kit. But let's get into the chat and see what you guys are saying about this because this certainly should have been a second penalty there. If not for the foul, for the handball. This is the second time a handball goes unnoticed for Liverpool, guys. Shout out to Ray Carl Brown in the building. What's good? Big up to Richard James. He says, I've been watching from the Atleti Frankfurt game going to form. It's interesting, bro. Frankfurt is a high scoring team. They should be getting shout out to Richard James. He said, shout out to everyone and Ricky in the house. Yo, bring back Greenwood, says Ray Kyle Brown. I would say the same thing, guys, because guess what? The brother can't stop scoring goals. And guess what? Man United need goals, guys. So it's a weird one, I tell you, you know? And a lot of people might be mad at me, and some of them might say, I'm not going to watch your channel because you think Greenwood should come back to United. I just want United to win and score goals. I mean, this is what we're in football for. And of course, I wish we could do it with the players we have, but it has not been working. They have not had that spark consistently get goals for Manchester United and those sorts of things. It's been pretty difficult, guys. And what can I say? I hope for some sort of improvement. I hope that Man United will improve. We should be in this competition this season. We should have won that Europa League, guys. It's certainly a disappointment. If United sack Ruben, who do I want as the new team manager? Says Richard James. Well, from the list, there's Andoni Iraola. I said his name first because certainly a manager that looks like he has some fire in his eyes, fire in his loins, fire in his presence. And I think United need a manager with some sort of energy, some sort of, some sort of edge. You know what I mean? Ruben Amorim, I think he's too much of a nice guy. You know what I mean? And usually nice guys finish last. I hate to say it like that, guys, but it's the truth. This is sports. You got to have some kind of edge about you. Unai Emery, that guy is failing at Aston Villa, broski. Failing completely. With a better squad than he got there with. You know what I mean? And to be fair, I feel like he should be doing a lot better. And for all the hype, he's only finished above United once in the last 3 seasons. Broski, and that's only because we finished 15th. And well, he did finish above Ten Hag, but bro, let's be honest. He looks good, but I feel like Irioli and Andoni Iraola is that guy that looks old school. That looks like we need that kind of. I think Iraola is that guy. What he did with Bournemouth is nothing short of a miracle, guys. Bournemouth never played that type of football before he got there. Bournemouth played an English style of football, and now they play a different kind of football brand, bro. It's nice, it's aggressive, physical. They score goals. They look very attacking. You know what I mean? But I mean, like, I'm not gonna say Emery might not be a good shout. Maybe Aston Villa is not the right fit for him. Maybe, just maybe, you know what I mean? Maybe, he might do a better job at United, but in all fairness, guys, I feel like maybe we should look at someone else. I feel like, he was at Arsenal, he was here, he was there. I want a new manager, bro. And I think Iraola shows that fire, shows that passion, shows that grit. I think he's a manager would not only come, he would breathe some life and some energy into the players at Man United. Because let's be honest, Bournemouth doesn't have anything close to the quality of Man United. Nothing close to it. Nothing. And those players look levels above our players in some moments. So maybe that guy is is the guy we need. Maybe he is who we need. We need someone who can come in and get the best of how we of the players we have and not necessarily need us to purchase a whole entire brand new squad just to play the way he wants to play. And the reason why I'm saying that is because yes, I mean I'm not I was a person that I've watched Amarim at Sporting. I think he's a very interesting manager. I think he done very well at Sporting, but at the same time, I felt like he was really, really young in the job and not of his age, but he's only been a head coach at Sporting for about 5 seasons since COVID. Coming to Man United, it's a different kind of a beat, more experience, more guile. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's not really worked out for Amram, and I'm not saying it's his system can't work. I'm just saying there's so many players that are playing out of position. There's some sort of new hipster need for all our players to play multiple positions, and that's not the Premier League. The Premier League is you play players in their best positions, what they're best suited for, so you can get the best out of them. And honestly, he hasn't been able to get the best of our players. Also, Glasner is on the list. I think Glasner has shown the 3-4-3 system can work. Of course, Glasner is a different kind of character. I think it's going to be a very difficult ask to get him because he is not someone who's going to be I is going to be desperate to come to Man United. Of course, he won't pass up the job to come to Man United, but I think he's a principled guy and he's at Palace. They're doing well. And he has shown before when he was in Germany, he was not a lord by the likes of a Bayern Munich. Yeah, he was content as long as he was satisfied with what he has with the structure and the team, and they're looking to go places. He's a happy character. And it looks to be the case at Palace. So it will be a difficult deal to do, but I think he would be certainly a prime candidate for the job as well, to be honest. Yeah, Richard, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. What can I say? Liverpool losing, you got to celebrate, buddy. Yeah. And I swear to you guys, the Scousers should be at least 2-0 down. You know what I mean? Not to cut in and talk about them, but I think Galatasaray deserved a second penalty, to be honest. I think there was the tackle that happened on the line. And also I think the guy had the ball in the box. I think he basically almost caught it with his wrist. It's shocking that they didn't give a pen there. You know, if it was Man United, it would have been a pen. Of course, certainly. You know, wily business going on here. You know what I mean? But guys, I mean, Richard, if Amarim was to change something or two things, yeah, what would you have him change? Because at the end of the day, the funniest thing is that I'm getting the feeling that this manager wants out of the club, but the structure wants to keep him at the club. It's weird. It's the total opposite of Ten Hag. Ten Hag wanted to be here, but the structure could not wait for an excuse to sack the brother. So, what are your thoughts, guys? What could Amarim do that might could get something going? Something that might be insignificant, that might be just a master stroke in all sense and fairness. Because even in preseason, guys, we were playing different to how we are playing now. Stop playing three at the back. We need to be more on the front foot, more shots on goal style of play. But he has a style of play, Richard. You know what I mean? I can't say he doesn't have a style of play. What I could say is it doesn't seem like I think since Mbumo came into the team, there was a change to the actual way we play in attack going forward. Because at preseason there was no Mbumo. And Bruno was in the 10, and we played to our striker. We scored goals, we won some games. It looked pretty good. You know what I mean? And we played with the three at the back. And I thought maybe if we continued in that vein, when we added Mbumo to the team and having Sesko, maybe we would score more goals. It would take some pressure off of the defense, make some teams feel a little bit of a threat, enough to that keep them from attacking so all out against us. But at the same time, Richard, yeah, if we score goals, don't you think it would, in the same vein, give some ease on the back three? I I would. I don't mind it because I'm used to the back four, bro. 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-1-2. I'm used to these things. That's normal for me. You know what I mean? I would say go back to that. Let's just be Man United and continue how we were. Just get a manager who can do that really, really well. You know what I mean? But in trying to be open to change in this sense, guys, you know, we have a manager trying to play, 3-4-3. Maybe we go for a manager who does also play 3-4-3. And well, I agree with that, Richard. I mean, I would say I come from the school of the hard knocks, and Fergie was one of the professors of the hard knocks because he always said hard work pays off. And you can't just train when the team trains. You have to train extra if you really want to be the best player. You know what I mean? And he always say train like you play. I don't know if we train like we play because I've heard lots of stories about how good Mbumo is in training. He's the best with the dead ball. He's one of the best strikers of the ball. Yeah. It still looks like Bruno is the best striker of the ball. I heard so many things about Matthias Cunha, and then he comes to Man United and he looks worse than Anthony, to be fair. It's wild. But hey, early doors still. These guys could still turn it around. Whether they turn it around for themselves or for themselves and this manager, that's left to be seen. But you know what I mean? On the bright side, if you look at the scoreline, Liverpool is losing to Galatasaray, who should have had a second penalty. I'm gonna keep talking about that second penalty. He definitely got made a bad tackle, and then on top of that, the guy hand the ball in when they took the shot, and they never looked at it. We need to. I mean, I'm not. I think I'm one of the only fans that is not too pressed about us not starting Lemons. I think it's a good decision. The one of the good decisions he's actually making. Give Bayern there about 10 games. Let him, really try to make a contest for this for the goalkeeping spot. He really didn't have a strong run of games to say, well, yeah, he's really not good enough in my honest opinion. And while he may not in reality or in future in foresight or hindsight, whatever, at that point, be the better keeper between him and Lamens, well, we're saying that because of the hype, mostly of the hype that come with Lamens. Because like I do like Lamens. I've seen him at Royal Antwerp when they played against Man City in the Champions League 2 or 3 seasons ago, and he did pretty well. But I would be lying to you to say I watched every game of him since then. I've maybe seen 3 or 4 games live since then. I've watched a couple games, and a couple highlights, and yeah, I've seen some good things, and I've heard a lot of good things from him in training. But I will be honest to you guys, if we really want to create competition, you make him wait for really because our real main problem is we're not scoring goals. If we were scoring goals, our defense would be a little bit better than it is. We won't concede as many. Teams would fear going all out in attack. But I mean, I could be wrong. But when there's an imbalance in the team and we're not scoring, but the other team is only getting attacks, of course, we're going to eventually concede a goal. You know what I mean? And these guys, for some strange reason, maybe they don't like how Amarim is setting them up to play, but when they concede, they just be like, okay, that's it for today. I mean, eh, I would blame them normally, but when you see Bruno is in the eight, he shouldn't be there. When you see Cunha get injured and he's not bringing in Xerxes to the team and he's starting Ahmad in the 10, that shouldn't be happening. He's against Man United winning. He is against we, not me. I'm just being honest, guys. I'm just being honest, telling it like it is. I cannot say honestly a guy played 2 games and he's done. I can't do that. I have to give him like 5 or 10 or 20 consistent games, maybe, because it's a goalkeeper. It's not a striker. It's not a defender. You know what I'm saying? Probably say against me. The first thing Bali go say is like against me, yes, bro. I the most united pro dude here on the planet, King. And moving mad against United. Never, ever, ever will I be. Yeah, never, ever. I might have some slightly different opinions in some moments, but I'm never against Man United, guys. Just always remember that. I'm just against making hasty decisions, guys. Hasty decisions. And we made that last year, but this year, we are justified in the decision in sacking this manager before the season, the end of the year. We are certainly justified. Last season, we wasn't justified when it came to Ten Hag because he had just came from winning our FA Cup against the Premier League winners. And really and truly, we were 6 points off top four. He could at least got till January. But this guy, this guy, oh, Shara. It was one of the most embarrassing times in my life. I love football, guys. I love talking about my football. And when I am depressed and I can't talk about my football, it's not fun. And that's how this guy makes me feel. Liverpool probing here, making some openings with the introduction of young Umaguaya. Almost a back heel, luckily, into the net, but the goalkeeper was there. This guy looks more effective than Ahmad already. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I said that, but he does actually. Wow. And the Galatasaray is on the attack. Is on the attack. And that's a tackle. It should be. He tells him to get up. He tells Osimhen to get up, but it looks like Osimhen was scissored from behind. That looks like a foul right there. I don't understand it, guys, but hey, hey, maybe the referee was told you got to give Liverpool some favor this half. Osimhen is still down. He's still down holding his ankle. And I say to you guys, the guy pretty much got more of his foot than the ball. Or he kicked his foot. Osimhen kicked the Liverpool player's foot actually in the replay. Good challenge. The guy got the ball, not the player. The player actually kicked him. I have to correct myself there. Certainly in a lot of pain there, Osimhen. Who's that Galatasaray player named Jacobs there, bro? Why I getting the impression that he from the Caribbean? Yeah? Why I getting the impression this brother from the Caribbean, guys? Jacobs. We need to find out who's this fellow Jacobs playing for Galatasaray. Somebody hit Google for your boy MarkN there and check out Jacobs playing for Galatasaray. Where is he from? He probably not from anywhere close to the Caribbean, to be honest. Could be. But if he is, it would be interesting to know. Free kick for Liverpool there on the edge of the left corner of the box. Player says he got the player, but he really got the ball. He got the ball. He really got the ball, though. Not the player. Wow. How is this gonna turn out, guys? How is this gonna turn out? Could it be an interesting counter-attack? Or will Liverpool get an equalizer? Hopefully, it's an amazing counter-attack and Galatasaray go up 2-0. Hopefully. We need the Scousers to lose some consecutive games. Put a damp in their stramp. The Scamps, the Cheetah Readers, and they get a corner. That green shit kite of Liverpool's looks shite. Well, the shite kite that they have, it's like a blatant copy to the Manchester United kit. They just have standard charter and the Liverpool logo. But it's a blatant copy to our blue kit, our black kit this season. Blatantly. Almost exactly alike. Wild, yeah? It's just a wonder that our kit looks amazing and that kit looks shite. I mean, shite club, shite kit, right? Semen is through! Semen! And he kicks it straight. Directly. He kicks it directly to Allison. Why did he do that? I just gave him the round of sensation. He was just to stop right there in that moment, allow Allison to fall, because Allison was already falling. He could have played it back to Eunice. Poor decision making there from Victor Osimhen. I would have certainly held it up and let Kanate run past me there and buried it after. But that's just me. I just used Kanate as a shield and curled it around him. He would have had nothing but net to hit. But that's just me. It looks like Allison could be injured here, guys. Good news for the Premier League fans. Allison might be out for the next 3 games, including the international break. It looks like Liverpool are going to be forced to make a change, and they are. Madashvili is coming into the game immediately. Allison is coming out. His night is over, and Liverpool's second substitution is their goalkeeper, Mamadashvili, for Allison, who just sprained his knee. Will Galatasaray catch Mamadashvili cold, or will Mamadashvili have a big game in Turkey? Well, his last performance wasn't the reason we conceded 3 goals, buddy. I mean, what are you even saying? The first goal, even though he got beat first post, that was a rocket, bro. So we blame him for the first goal. The second goal, I'm certainly putting most of the blame on Luke Shaw, who should have been tracking back and picking up that ball after the goalkeeper made 2 saves. You can't expect a goalkeeper to make two saves and still make a third in some situations. It's a lot, bro. Your ask is really, really big. Yeah, really big, bro. He didn't wait. Brentford, so bro, it's 38 games in a season, and let me be honest. The players who we pay 60 plus million for, they're not doing the job that we pay them to do up front. And if they were doing their job, maybe he wouldn't have to be doing more than his fair share just to keep us in the game. When they should be then they should be putting us ahead of the game. You understand? I feel like y'all, when the problem is scoring goals, but y'all trying to make the goalkeeper default. We only conceding goals, bro, because we had to defend because we had no lead. Because them brothers not giving me a lead. Cunha and Mbumo not giving us a lead to defend. So basically, what we playing for? Hope that they will eventually give us a lead. Because after the amount of games they play, bro, in the start of this season, if it was Garnacho and Hoyland, all them men with a rubbish them, eh? But I mean, they're new to the club. Even though these guys not developing and supposed to be the finished articles at 26 years old. But at the same time, yeah, it is what it is. We'll blame the goalkeeper for the fact that these brothers not scoring goals, which is wild. It is very, very wild. His save percentage is the worst in the league, but I argue he facing more shots than at least 14 keepers on average in this league. So it's wild. Yeah, it's very, very wild that you would use that statement against the brother. But again, again, 54% for a keeper is not the best. I agree with you there. I agree with you there. But what I can tell you this is that you have no guarantee that Lemons is going to be better. No guarantee. Yeah. And I can tell you now, it's better to wait and at least develop a keeper and give him some confidence, something to work for, than you just, you know what I mean, rubbish it. Because at the end of the day, it have no profit in not developing the players in your squad. There's no profit to be had in that. So while he might be at 54%, this come like the argument of having of Garnacho and Ahmad. We need to have both players in the squad performing. And if one man just come, he had to wait. It's normal. I do understand where's the rush that he have to start and all this kind of drama, bro. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. I'm being honest. Bro, a lot of somebody he didn't anyway, you somebody mistakes you calling mistakes is mistakes that only you consider mistakes, bro. Because to be honest, yeah, a man can make two saves and a defender not doing his job, who we know shouldn't be on the pitch. And courtesy of this manager, he's now a leader in the team and starting and will be starting every single game that he is available. And that is more the problem because he is the one causing these problems. He is the one that led to the third goal as well. Yeah, but Onana was shite anyway. He was the shittest goalkeeper on the planet before he came to United. He was still the shittest goalkeeper when he left United. And he already conceded more goals than Bayern there. He conceded about 5 goals tonight. 2 goals alone in the first 5 minutes of the game. Brother, let me not talk about Onana, please. He is abject rubbish. He is not even a standard to discuss. Yeah. The biggest issue I have is that we never get his brother more game time last season, so you gotta be prepared for this season. Because let me be honest, you can't have a goalkeeper on the bench and you only keep for 4 or 5 games. And yeah, you're telling me that he ain't worth keeping. That is mad. Then with what went on with the gear, bro? You moving mad or what? You had to never see the gear in this club, bro. The gear make real mistakes and he first try at the club, bro. Real mistakes. Like, bro, you had to never see the gear first season, broski. Had to never see it. Because I tell you, that brother was terrible. In his first season, he was absolutely terrible. And he might not have had a 54% percent save percentage, but brother, he was poor. He made lots and lots of mistakes in his first season. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. Yeah, because bro, I have a reason not to rubbish the player. Yeah, it's not just all about just going the transfer window and spend money and buy players and just buy players and just buy players because there's always someone better, bro. That or you someone you feel better because, bro, we just spent $63 million on Cunha and he's not even better than Garnacho was. You deep that, bro? $63 million on a player and he not even giving you more than Garnacho. He not even giving you half of what Garnacho giving you, bro. I don't understand how you want to back that, no? And wait for that. Telling you, that is wild. That is what's wild to me. You understand? Yeah, I have a high standard for a goalkeeper, but the goalkeepers at Man United never come in and bang immediately. There's never been a goalkeeper that came in and made an instant impact and was just saving instantly. It never happened. Not once. When De Gea now come, you know how much goals he conceded in his first season, first two seasons? Haha, brother. Don't come to tell me about that, bro. You could never tell me that De Gea was amazing from conception because he wasn't far from it. So forget that thought, bro. Forget that talk that you're trying to bring up there. Because you're talking like you never see De Gea in goal at Man United when he now come. That is what you're sounding like. And that's not good. Trust. It's not good. Telling you. I don't understand why it is you want them is be acting like that. Van der Sar didn't come in and was saving every single shot at the beginning of his first season, bro. He conceded some goals in his first season too, broski. Yeah, I don't know what you saying there, bro. A lot of Man United goalkeepers is build themselves up into the career at Man United, bro. That's just how it works at United. I don't know why I had to be telling you that. You should know. You certainly supposed to know better. Swear to you. It's wild. It's wild, bro. I do I don't even understand. Van der Sar. When Van der Sar come to Man United, you know he was 27, right? But anyway, we done already hear your logic. He was the number one for a couple games, so yeah. You know what I mean? He wasn't perfect for each and every game, kind of like Cunha was, kind of like Ahmad was. But yeah, he's the problem. Them not scoring goals or creating goals is not the problem, you know. The goalkeeper. Yeah. But goals is win games, you know. But the goalkeeper causing we to lose. Yeah. That's interesting, bro. That's interesting. Wild. Wild. That is wild. I really don't understand that, to be honest, bro. So, God. 4-0 Marseille. Marseille destroying Ajax in this current moment. Let me just talk about some of the other scores around the Champions League currently. Inter Milan 3-0 over Slavia Prague. Chelsea 1-0 above Benfica. Bayern 5-1 over Paphos. Bodo Glimt 2-1 beating Tottenham, guys. Guys, Tottenham is losing 2-1 to Bodo Glimt. Yes, we beat Bodo Glimt. Rajat in the building. Rajat Bodo Glimt. Doing we are solid. They're slapping Tottenham 2-1 at home right now, bro. Jeez. Tottenham getting slapped at home. Two slapped in Bodo Glimt. They Norway getting slapped right now, guys. 2-1 the score, and the young striker, Jens Petter Hauge, with a brace. The same youth man who scored the equalizer for Bodo Glimt against Man United. Well, he's in with a brace tonight. He scored on the 53rd and the 66th minute. Tottenham were only able to get a goal back on the 69th minute of the game. Kane, Mbappe, or Lua. For what, broski? For what? For Man United, for best center forward, I don't think Mbappe could enter that team. This is his first season playing at center forward, really and truly, bro. He's a left winger. So if you're saying it really might have to be between for best center forward currently right now in the UCL, it would probably be between Kane and Lewandowski, probably, in my honest opinion. But of all time, you might have to include CR7 and well, we already know. You know what I mean? Rajat is saving Liverpool. Liverpool should have been down 2-0. Should have a second penalty, bro. Telling you. The top striker now, I would say out of the three of them, I would say Harry Kane. You know what I mean? Harry Kane. I can't lie. I had to admit the truth. But at the same time, I cannot believe that Tottenham Hotspurs are losing the Bodo Glimt. Fellas, fellas, call your Spurs friends and ask them if they're okay because expressions is melting down against them man there. You know what I'm saying? The Bodo Glimters slapping the Hotspurs. We gotta see that, boy. We gotta check this live. You know what I mean? We gotta check this live and see what really going on here. We gotta see if Bodo Glimt really dominating them man there. I feel Bodo Glimt probably dominating them too because for them to be leading 2-1, it's interesting, fellas. Interesting times. Where can I find that Bodo Glimt Tottenham Hotspur game? Chelsea 1-0 at Benfica. Well, I have a sneaky feeling Benfica going to come back and win that game 2-1. But we'll see. Juve, that was an old game. Can't be live. Atalanta is playing Club Brugge. Can't be that. Uh, I'm trying to find the game with Tottenham, guys. Bear with me 2 seconds. I need to see what at least 2 minutes or maybe at least see Boda Glim score a third goal against Tottenham. The hot shit Spurs. The hot shit Spurs are losing 2-1 to Boda Glimt. Just like Liverpool's are losing to Galatasaray. It's the Champions League. Oh, I think I just found it. I did. And currently, Boda Blimp is wearing their traditional home yellow, that all yellow kit, bright like the sun. Tottenham is wearing a black kit. They think they're Man United. Of course, they're not. They're shit side. You know what I mean? They should not be there. They're trying to press right now, but Boda Glimp is defending really well. Good clearance there by the Glimp team. They push out now. Tottenham is trying to restart the attack. Of course, they have all their players in the starting lineup. Xavi Simons is there, wearing their number 7. Their striker Richarlison is on the pitch. Their number 28 is there as well. Van der Sar came into the club at 34, hit the ground running. We finished in second place. Well, Van der Sar was fully experienced and one of the best in the world before he came to Man United already. So I would say that's enough to say that your argument is invalid, my brother, because you are comparing a goalkeeper who was already one of the best in the world that came to Man United to a young, talented, up and coming goalkeeper who is still learning his trade at Man United and was never considered to be the number one, but is being forced to because Onana was garbage, you know? And he's probably, he is very talented, I can tell you, from what I have seen of him before he came to Man United. And when he came to Man United, he had a good run of games until he got injured, and then the 3 games after were shite. He did have, and since then, everyone is looking for all the mistakes he will make, and then, no one is trying to give him some support. I'd argue, how could they be fans of Man United when they don't even try to support the team? At the beginning of the season, they're just saying, well, this goalkeeper is shit because they've seen him make mistakes in 2 or 3 games after coming back from an injury. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a highly critical situation, and of course, it's Man United, and you have to be at your very best every single time. Else, you're not going to get that support. I'm just shocked that you're not saying, you're not joining me in support for Dorgu, who is now starting to show that he can make good crosses into the box, find the striker, and we're looking forward for a lot more from the talented player. You know what I mean? And you told me last season when I thought he was shite that, he might even be the future captain. So I would say to you, in the same vein, what if Bayern there turns out to be a top talent in goal for Man United and you were wrong? What would you say then, my brother? Tell me. Nine line jet sprints trying to do step overs, looking like cross city clong, yes. At the same time, because the brother is heavy on his feet. Heavy on his feet. Yeah, yeah. You could call it what you like. make yourself believe that you're doing the Lord's work, bro. Everybody need to convince yourself of something at some point. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, and maybe you might think you're doing the Lord's work, but bro, after you hype up Cunha the way you did, and so silent now when he playing shit, brother, that is the most criminal thing ever on the planet, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. Just telling you. That is even more criminal than me saying give a goalkeeper a chance who had a good run of games before getting injured and having two or three bad games. But no, they want to start off the season with his shit. Can't be mad at me for saying the same about Cunha. I'm not saying this to give him time because he's supposed to be Premier League proven. So apparently he disproves the theory of Premier League proven because he's having the same sort of start to the season as Florian Wirtz. 007 agent, broski. Yeah. Even against a Grimsby tongue, the man looking shite. Yeah. That was wild. I didn't know who was more shite in that game, him or Onana. Swear. I'm being so real, guys. 78 minutes on the clock. Galatasaray. I'm starting to think they might need to get themselves a second goal if they want to guarantee their victory in this game. Let's see a poll. Well, I can't do a poll right now. You already know that because I use my phone, so you're kind of making it long for me, bro. Yeah. But I would say Cunha having the worst start because Cunha cost us more opportunities to win games by not scoring goals, not passing the ball. He probably wasted 27 shots this season that really was powder puffs. He probably was liming with Jigglypuff all summer because, brother, his marshmallows he playing with had to be because he can't be kicking a football that thinking that was going to threaten our goalpost. You know what I mean? And it's over 27 shots he's had this season. None of them, yeah, but maybe three of them were on target. You know what I mean? The other, it had about 4 or 5 in all that hit posts, and they don't consider shots that hit posts on target. Let's just say that one time. And there were players in better positions who probably could have scored goals that he denied the chance, which means he denied Man United the opportunity. He denied Man United the opportunity to win a game on multiple occasions. Because had he put Sesko through multiple times, including the last game, maybe we'd have been 2-0 up, we'd have an equalizing goal and go 2-2 and come on to win the game. Maybe we'd have gone to win other games. Yeah. But yeah, Broski, he's weaker and less physical than most men in the 10 right now. Yeah. I can't tell whether he playing, synchronized swimming or he playing football, broski, because really and truly, he's spending more time on the pitch and asking the ref for help than he giving he playing the players into position to score goals. I can't do the poll, bro. I can't. If I could have do the poll, I would have done it already. After going to YouTube studio and all kind of drama and I don't think it will do too well with my stream currently if I go into YouTube Studio. So yeah, I need to get a consistent mod to be doing them kind of things, bro. What I would really like to ask is who had a better start to the season between this season and last season in the first 7 games? Cunha or Garnacho? And see if we really, wasted £63 million. That is the real question. Because I think we wasted £63 million. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Mauro Icardi comes on for Galatasaray as they prepare to make a third substitution. You're welcome, bro. Anytime. What are friends for? Chat. My buddy Hayden wants to know if anyone thinks Cunha has had a worse start to the season than Bayern, or Bayern has a worse start to the season than Cunha. Please let him know in the chat for me, please. Thank you very much, guys. Liverpool clinging on for dear life. Oh, this fella who playing wing back for Galatasaray, he's strong and he quick, boy. He have a good turn, boy. You look interesting. Interesting, brother. And I think we need our right wing back. Might be interesting. Of course, if Man United going for a player, his value increases immediately. Triples and doubles the price of the player. Yilmaz replaced for Elmani. Meanwhile, Kirkes trying to injure that man. Kirkes supposed to get a yellow card there. I don't understand how Kirkes didn't get a yellow card there. We feel it is rugby or Liverpool trying their endeavor best to try to get something from this game in the final stages. What? Could be a little too late, guys. Could be a little bit too late. Lots of fouls in this game. We might see a lot of extra time. It's going to be a weird one if we do see a lot of extra time. But we're hoping that, Galatasaray gets another goal. If they get another goal, it's going to make things really interesting. Because that means it's the end of the night for the Liverpools, who have a corner as we speak. Wait, what? Oh, Liverpool got a penalty. Oh, Liverpool got a penalty there. The man cleared the ball. The man, Liverpool player kick him. The Liverpool player kicked the man. He kicked Bembo. What? What is this? The Liverpool player kicked Bembo, bro? The Liverpool player is the same thing what happened to Osimhen in the first half. The Liverpool player kicked the player. Yeah? No penalty. Has to be no penalty, bro. Has to be. If they give a penalty here, they're cheating. Gosh, 0 pens for the shit pool. No pen for the Liverpools. None. None for them. Don't try to rob Bimbo, boy. The man play well. And they start to roll around on the ground like a clong back. Because you need to sell it. Oh, God. He going home tonight, I mean. Roll around on the floor if you feel like your pants on fire. Because your pants was on fire. They say Kanate had ants in his pants, fellas. What do you think? They say he had ants in his pants. The man had to get down low and wiggle it to get them out of his pants. Ah, ah, 8 minutes of extra time for the Liverpools. That's a long time, guys. That's a long time. It's a long time, guys. What can I say, guys? What can I say? That green shite kit, it don't work. Yeah, you move criminal with our statement there, Mr. Tech. Just saying. Liverpool here as they search for an equalizer late in the game. None coming. Throw into the Liverpools as the Galatasaray player fights to get rid of the ball before it goes over the line for a corner. Liverpool still receives a corner in the end. It should be a throw-in, but I mean, what can I say, guys? The extras, the extras, the extras. Oh, what a shit shot by McAllister. Where is Biku talks now? He's not around. Quiet like a lamb. That's how Liverpool fans be when they lose because they can't handle it. They need to cry in their cars. Boo hoo. Boo. Boo hoo, Liverpool fans. Boo hoo. You're losing to Galatasaray away. 1-0. You can't even score. It takes a different kind of team to score in Turkey. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a different kind of good team, different kind of beast to face the fans, the Turkish fans, face the pressure and score goals. You know what I'm saying? Only big teams go into places like this and score multiple goals. I mean, you have to give some kind of account for yourself. Spend 400 million and you're losing to Galatasaray. You never had a prayer. Damn. It must hurt to be Liverpool right now because they really think they're so good. Oh, shit. That was close. It was almost 2-0. Shot by Torreira there. Just wide of the left stick there. Goalkeeper squarely beaten. He didn't have a prayer. If that was on target, it was goal. And somehow Liverpool survive with 3 minutes left. What is left? Goalkeeper using his experience well. Every second counts. And Liverpool, in their green kit, is still trying to do something, but we don't know because they look so shit. They've been dominated by Galatasaray after spending 400 million. The referee pretty much helped them not concede two penalties, but they're still losing. He even tried to give them a penalty, but the VAR said to him, no, this is not the Premiership. Real rules here. Real rules here. Well defended by Bimbo. I think Bimbo has to be one of the men of the match for Galatasaray today. This young left back, this young right wing back has been sensational today, guys. Sensational, I see. sensational. He's dominant, dominant defensively, dominant going forward. He's got an engine, he's got some moves, and he's got some pace. Galatasaray remain in possession now, and Mauro Cardi, as he chases it, Mamardashvili comes out to head it, and Galatasaray is pressing. Mamardashvili's out of his goal, but almost conceding themselves by a poor pass just now. Player coming up with cramp. It looks like Jacobs, Mario Jr. as well, is pulling up with cramp. You know what I mean? It's that time. It's called dark arts. You gotta go to the dark arts, the dark side of the force. In the dying moments of the game, you gotta let the ref know, ref, you're taking it out on me. You know, I could hurt myself really bad if you continue to stress this game out. Blow the whistle. Blow it in the blow, blow it. Blow your whistle, referee. Blow it. Blow the whistle, referee. Blow it. All right. Final attack here for Liverpool as they swing the ball in. Well defended there. Headed clear. We need a pure clearance here. Liverpool are still in possession. It could whip one in. Sabazai forced to go back to McAllister. McAllister plays it, tries to play there. The ball laid off. Pass could be a break here. Almost, but he was fouled. And the game is over. It's 1-0 to Galatasaray. Oi, Kels, you lost again. Back to back. What's going on with Slot? He can't win a game. Where was Isak today? Where was Isak? Where was Isak? Liverpool. Liverpool. Where was Isak? Are you guys gonna give us excuses on why you can't win? Are you guys gonna give us excuses on why you shit? I mean, we know you shit, but where was Salah? Has anybody seen Mo Salah? Has anyone seen Mo Salah? Has anyone seen Isak? Has anyone seen Liverpool today? Yeah, they lost to Galatasaray in Turkey. Have a good one. Guys, shout out to each and every one of you joining me. It's been a pleasure to be here and share this moment with you. The loss of Liverpool is a true blessing in disguise for each and every football fan. Not to have to watch that shite and that copycat team in red that really should be Evertonians. There are more Evertonian fans in Merseyside than Liverpool fans. Just deep that, guys. Talk about having no home crowd fans. Shout out to you guys. Have a great one. Hopefully, more of these losses to come. Maybe we'll see Arsenal lose tomorrow. Of course, possibly even Man City. But of course, your boy will be here. Hopefully, you guys will be too. The road to 2K is on. With your help, we will get there very soon. And hopefully, we'll march all the way to 10K before the end of this season. Hope you guys have a great night. Shout out to you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Leave your comments about the game in the non-live section, and I will reply to each and every one of them. A good win for Galatasaray. Thank you for beating Liverpool. Shout out to the Liverpools for losing. Like you expected anything more. Hassan, what's good, King? You lost. And I know you're crying for a pen, bro. I can just tell.